Hello, welcome to Elizabeth O'Brien Art. Today I'm going to do something really different, and I'm on this board for an art center in our local community in Waseca and southern Minnesota, and we have a fall fundraiser that we do every year, and it's the biggest one that we have. And so I got this crazy idea that since it's an event that is on the 29th, which is a couple days before Halloween, that maybe we should dress up the front window that we have, which is right on Main Street, which would be wonderful, and make a cemetery scene, get dimensional. So dumpster diving, we found some pool foundation type bricks. They're made out of foam, but you use it in a pool. I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me hold it up this way. But they just fit together just like a foundation brick. So this will be perfect for carving. And I glued on 1/2-inch purple foam board, insulation board, which you can just find at Home Depot. I probably would have preferred 1 inch, but it's kind of pricey right now, so I went with a 1/2 inch. I think I can achieve the same effect on the stonework. And I used Loctite Power Grab all-purpose to do that. It's safer foam, it won't dissolve it as you put it on. So it seems pretty sturdy. And what I'm making is this. Hopefully you can see that, the shape at least. And I've carved out the pieces and actually attached them already, and I'll show them as we get carving. I'm going to start with this piece. I'm not sure how it's going to go. And also when I did cut out these foam boards, they're kind of fun to cut because I just use a big knife like this. You probably could use a big utility knife if you have one. But you can use a ruler and then just cut along it. You don't have to cut all the way through, but then you can break it and it snaps really nicely in straight lines mostly. So we did that, and it's not perfect, but that's okay because these are going to be natural stone shapes, so they're going to be uneven and not perfectly straight like bricks, intentionally done to make it easier. So we're going to go give this a whirl. Right, so I'm going to go over what we need for this project of the cemetery gate that we're making out of foam. I used 1/2-inch foamular insulating sheeting, the OWENS Corning R3, which is this, and I actually would have liked to have gone up to 1 inch, but they were out at the store, or it was way up on the rack, so I settled for this. It's cheaper, so it actually turned out alright. I'll have to do another one and test out the thicker one to know really if that's the difference. Tyvek outfit, really nice to have because there's a lot of dust that's created when you're carving in the stones. Power Grab, the heavy duty kind, is good for working with foam. It won't wreck it. It's Loctite. This is just a scraper. It's great for carving off larger chunks and accents on your pieces. I used the Dremel 2000. I think I bought this about a year ago, but it was great. I can't tell you how much it just made things so much better. Also, the Dremel depth guard, essential for working. These are the 3 bits I used. This one is a metal brush, and this is a sanding round, and this one, sorry I don't know what these are called because I bought them so long ago I don't have the packaging. But it's a steel bit, and that one was great for carving in the letters. Medium grit sandpaper. This is my blade I used for cutting. Worked wonderful. I couldn't fit it in my car, so I had to cut it at the store in the parking lot. This is a sanding bar. This is an X-Acto blade for carving in your letters, outlines. And a ruler is helpful when you're cutting your straights. And I also created the base with using like 1 by or 2 by 5/8 inch pieces of wood, just because I'm going to give the base some more stability so it doesn't tip over since it's so tall. Lots of tarps are helpful, clean as you go, and that's about it. So let's get going on this project. We'll see where we land. I have the bases built for you just to start, and we'll start moving into the larger pieces. Okay, so we're outside on the porch and we're going to do some Dremel drilling, and we have a Dremel 200 which I purchased at Home Depot, and I'm trying the stainless steel brush. It says 448, and we're hoping this works. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to switch to a different one. So this is a guard, and this is going to stop me from going in too deep on this foam. I have it probably at about 3/8 depth in on the 1/2 inch, and I'm using a guard which is going to stop me from going in too far. This is super handy from the testing I've done. That's Jasper the cat. It's basically like carving butter. It's really hard to control your hand. I'm used to drawing and doing painting and art, and this is like my arm is the pusher and not my hand. So we'll see how this goes, and hopefully this little guy will work. I'm going to put on my little hoodie. I have a drop cloth down. I have a cover over my pop. Oh yeah, I should probably put on a face mask, which I do have for you. I'm going to have to find that. Yep, don't have it here, but I'm going to go grab that and get started, and hopefully it won't be too bad. Cool. So this is what it looks like so far. We're going to go get the other pillar and then the arch piece that's going to go with it and work on that. And I think I'll save the back side for making sure I can get the front side done. Big one soon, but I also wanted to point out I'm using this to kind of chop up the edges a little bit, give it a little more realistic edge, and I'm doing that all along the columns instead of the nice clean edge, just sort of random. And the top part done. I think it's working out pretty well. You can see the bit, I'm just hoping it lasts through the last pillar that I have next, but it does melt it a little bit. It's steel, so it seems fine. It just is a little heated. And yeah, I'm kind of happy with the way it's turning out so far. It'll be fun to see where we can go with shaping these stones to be more realistic. And then this part will be really challenging when I get a different bit to do a little bit more fine tuning with that. But yeah, turning out okay. And the suit is wonderful. I can just take it off and run in the house and do whatever I want to do in between. So there you go. You can see on here I've also added spackling to where some of my seams are. I don't know if it'll be necessary once I start painting it with some of the stuff that I'm using to cover it. But I'm going to work on the letters first. And I'm just using an X-Acto knife. And I'm just carving around. Basically it's just to give me an outline for when I am using the Dremel tool. I don't have to go in that far. Real easy, but tedious. Can I see it? Perfect, perfect. See, there's just a very slight line. And we're cutting away from the letters, so this is going to be the reverse of the printout. So I'm carving around the letters so that the letters will pop out. Alright, I'm going to put this on low. See how this goes. Not bad. This guard really helps. It's like butter. try this on a straight edge. But I'm on the slow mode. As you can see, I've got this bit that's sort of serrated steel, I imagine. And I'm just going to continue on here. Alright, you can see I've cut out most of the parts. I've tried to make a larger gap because I'm going to increase my speed, so I'm taking out this area and was carefully working on slow. Letters are slightly chunky, but hey, it's a stone cemetery sign, so it's supposed to be that way. And yeah, it worked out. I made one little boo-boo right here where I just dropped it in there, but I'll just fill that with some spackle. So yeah, I think it's turning out fine. I'm gonna go take a break, and it does get your hand, I do have to say that, but it worked really well, and it certainly eye-hand coordination really helps. We got everything cleared away to show the letters. I'm gonna buff a little bit in between, not too much, because the texture is kind of nice for creating that concrete sort of look after we paint it. So there we go. Whew, that took a while. And I speeded up to the highest level, or almost the highest level, to clear away larger pieces towards the end, and that made it go smoother. But I did kind of prefer the lower speed just because it was more careful. Yeah, but there you go. To do another step that I didn't mention in the supplies, but it's using a propane tank to create texture. So we're gonna melt a little bit of the surface. It gives it a nice bubbly concrete looking rock texture. So here we go. Never used these before. Okay, so I think that's going to work. So I'm going to continue on with that and see if I can create more texture. Sweet! So we finished the blowtorching, which is awesome. Look at that. Let me get up a little closer. Can't wait to get this painted. Gotta remember to do it on the sides, underneath. Oh! Sorry. Alright, so we're back. We finished our carving out of the cemetery words. we sanded the edges just ever so lightly to give them that nice rounded look. I have finished the blowtorch on all the sides that I'm going to be using, and then the next step is we're going to be filling in the cracks with black, and over that we will be adding a gray paint. Masonry paint, I think, or it's called DREMEL Original. It's by UGL, and it's already the color gray. It's generally used as a waterproofer, I think, in concrete and masonry. This is going to be an indoor piece, so it doesn't really matter, I suppose, if it gets used for another year. But we'll start out with I'm using a flat Rust-Oleum black. So we've finished painting the cracks all black, and we're going to get going on the dry lock here and try and make things look like realistic stone. We'll see how it goes. I started a little bit, and I'm just going heavier on the flatter surfaces of the stone and kind of brushing over the dark areas. We'll see how those go. Just trying to be sort of random. We'll probably do 2 coats just because you can see through the black. Here's a little bit of a close-up so you can see it in this stage. Forgot to do this crack in black, so I'm going to redo that. Alright, so we're going to add some aging and drips to mimic sort of aging stone. I've got my super grungy brush, Liquitex black acrylic paint on my palette. and a little water sprayer. So let's see how this works. See how it kind of drips down? It's pretty cool. Spread it around a little bit more. Alright, we're done adding our textures and drips. I think it's looking pretty creepy. I'm going to mount these on top, and then I'm building a cup around that, and I'll show you guys that when I am done.
Send money love.
Oh, you done went and got all them guns and you ain't killed nobody.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
How many times you shot that motherfucker? Ain't nobody popped up dead. Stop talking murder.